Thank you for agreeing to be here today. And before you agreed to come on to camera and be on this interview, you shared with me some concerns that you only wanted a rear view or a shadow image. And I'm wondering why.
I would like people to see me and not the fact that I was homeless, even though I have a story to be told, and hopefully it will be helpful to other people.
It sounds like you just did not ever want to be identified as being homeless.
Yeah.
Because you thought that it conjured up very negative images that might hurt your prospects.
Prospects and just being comfortable that I could walk down the street and I would be like any other bloke that's walking down the street, and not with an image that might somebody might see lesser of me than anybody else.
What is the event that led you to homelessness?
I lost a space to work with the children that I had, and I needed a little bit of specialized stuff, and couldn't find a place, and also keep clients that were very positive about my approach and skill and talent. I even, after that, when I realized I couldn't find something locally, I started interviewing all over the West Coast, as far north as Alaska, as far south as San Diego. And I had about roughly 15 interviews, and only 2 callbacks.
Are all homeless visible? Do people try not to be identified as such as you did when you were homeless?
There are a segment of people that are living in their cars that may have the same approach to being somewhat invisible. I could recognize homeless people when I was living in my car. Most other people would not.
What was your self-perception before you were homeless?
I think I was a good father. Professionally, I feel that I was excellent at my profession. It took me a long time professionally to come to that conclusion, but that came out of the success that I had working with the clients that I did. So drifting into homelessness sort of took that all away, and it was rather embarrassing to me personally. Nobody else would have really knew what I was struggling with. And it's just, I didn't envision, as probably most, being in that situation.
When you came into homelessness, when you were in the depths of homelessness, what became of your self-perception? Who did you perceive yourself to be?
This might not make any sense, but there was a void. I was sort of an empty shell. I was a physical body of a person, but there was nothing inside, no emotion, just flat. I avoided the world as much as I could. I didn't go off hiding. I was parked in places that were quite public. But I spent probably the last year homeless, about 85% of my time in my van.
What was your actual day like? And what were the sensations that you would have when you were in homelessness?
When I first went into homelessness, my routine really didn't change that much, is that I just didn't have a house. You know, my house moved with me. I saw the kids as normally as I would. Nobody was the wiser that I was homeless, except one physician friend identified it long before I let anybody else know about it. Towards the end of probably the last year was the most significant, and it was waking up, considering where I'm going to go to do maybe a sponge bath or an actual shower if I went to that length, making sure that I was clean and dressed neatly. But then it was back into my van, and I lived basically from the Pacific Grove Golf Course to Asilomar all day.
What's your self-perception today?
It's almost back where it was before I went into homelessness. I'm not working in my profession, but I have that same vitality. So I look forward to actually each day. I look forward to going and running and walking with my dog and interacting with as many people as possible that I come in contact with. I greet people very lightly and animated when I'm walking down the street with my dog. So there's a whole sense of joy that I have now.
Give me one closing final statement.
Reach out to these people that you see. Know that that could be your situation or a situation of a friend, family, or anybody else that might come and pass through your life. And don't turn away from them. There's quality as a human being, and if you don't stop and talk with them, you never know what kinds of experiences and things they've done in their life, which may be powerful and wonderful.